Hi everyone, welcome to Lenten Lunch. My name is Blair Suppes and I go to the river in Franklin Park. And Mark had asked me to do a passage for this week, and I'm reading from Luke 14:25 through 35, and I'm doing the New Living Translation. So let's go ahead and jump right in. The cost of being a disciple. A large crowd was following Jesus. He turned around and said to them, "If you want to be my disciple, you must hate everyone else by comparison. Your father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yes, even your own life. Otherwise, you cannot be my disciple. And if you do not carry your own cross and follow me, you cannot be my disciple. But don't begin until you count the cost. For who would begin construction of a building without first calculating the cost to see if there is enough money to finish it? Otherwise, you might complete only the foundation before running out of money, and then everyone would laugh at you. They would say, 'There's the person who started that building and couldn't afford to finish it.' Or what king would go to war against another king without first sitting down with his counselors to discuss whether his army of 10,000 could defeat the 20,000 soldiers marching against him? And if he can't, he will send a delegation to discuss terms of peace while the enemy is still far away. So you cannot become my disciple without giving up everything you own. Salt is good for seasoning, but it loses its flavor. How do you make it salty again? Flavorless salt is good neither for the soil nor for the manure pile. It is thrown away. Anyone with ears to hear should listen and understand." So when I look at this passage, I think of the sacrifices that we as Christians are supposed to make in order to build that relationship with God. And I think especially during Lenten, the times that people often give up or sacrifice something that they care about or they love in order to build a relationship closer with God, because they are giving up something and saying, you know what, God comes first. God comes before this. And I think each of us in all of our lives have pushed maybe our relationship with God into a place where we're comfortable or we haven't really worked on it. And that doesn't build the foundation we need to really follow him and be his disciple. And so in this passage, he's calling us to give more effort, to sacrifice the things that we might just put before God. Certain relationships, certain parts of our lives. I know there's been parts and days in my life where I've definitely put plenty of things before my relationship with God. And then, I read my Bible and I pray, but I might put it aside for the day or the week, and then, I'll just come back to it. But he calls us to build that relationship and to, make sure that we are putting that effort in, because that's how you build a strong relationship. In all of our relationships, do we put the effort in? Do we sacrifice some of the things that we should be to get that closer bond? Give up the things that maybe are in the way or blocking us in some way. So I think during this time, as we, reach closer to Easter, this is a good time to evaluate what things are we putting before God? What things do we need to sacrifice? And how do we make that relationship stronger? And hopefully that helps build the foundation that we're looking for in our relationship with God. So I hope everyone is having a good week, and I hope this passage speaks to those around me, and I hope everyone has a good week and eventually a good Easter.